Lambton is a suburb of Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia, 8 kilometres, 5.0 miles, from Newcastle's central business district. The Awabakal and Werrimi peoples are acknowledged by City of Newcastle as the descendants of the traditional custodians of the lands situated within the Newcastle local government area. Originally a coal mining township, Lambton was incorporated as a municipality, including Jesmond, New South Wales, on June 24, 1871. The 1891 census gave the population as 3,434. It was the first municipality in Newcastle district to be lit by electric light. In the early years, the miners of the township used to entertain themselves gambling on dog races, known as the dog and rat, because they would release a rat, wallaby, on flat open area, then let their dogs chase it down. The dog that caught the rat won if it made it to the scrub. In 1901 there were 14 churches, a music hall, assembly rooms, a temperance hall, a mechanics institute, miners' institute, a post, telegraph and money order office, a savings bank, courthouse, fire brigade, council chambers, and fine public schools. There were collieries, coke ovens and a soap works at Jesmond. In 1901 the municipal council had as mayor, Matthew Thornton, and town clerk, Thomas Johnson. In 1938 an act of the New South Wales Parliament created a City of Greater Newcastle, incorporating 11 municipalities into one local government area, including Lambton. Historically, Lambton has played an important part in the sporting history of the Hunter region. Lambton Park was also the location of the first organised soccer match played in Australia between miners from Lambton and miners from Weston. Newcastle's oldest rugby league football club, Western Suburbs, NCL, Rosellas, was formed at Smith's Pub, also known as Snake Gully, and Bar 121. The member of the New South Wales Legislative Assembly who represented Lambton was Arthur Hill Griffith, member for Warrada. The largest and principal industry was the Scottish-Australian coal mining company's Lambton Colliery, mine and estate managed by the three Crowdis brothers, Frank, Thomas, and Sydney. It finally closed in the late 1950s, although the railway line which connected it with Newcastle Harbour was operational for about another decade because of other coal loading facilities still operational at the mine. Today the entire area is covered with housing. First opened in Howe Street in 1867 by Thomas Crowdis. In 1885 a second weatherboard hall was built with a reading and billiards room. In 1894 a stone and brick building built an institute moved to Elder Street at a cost of £573 with a library and games room on the ground floor with a bigger reading room on the upper floor. The committee rented the Howe Street space to various organisations until August 1903. In 1950 Newcastle opened a library across the road from the institute which lost them huge membership numbers. The building is now the home to the Newcastle Family History Society and MG Car Club. In 2018, New South Wales state government gave a grant of $45,000 to repaint the exterior. According to the 2016 census of population, there were 4,909 people in Lambton. Lambton boasted a popular cinema, the King's Theatre, which still operated as such into the 1980s. It is today a theatre restaurant known as Lizottes. One of the great attractions of the town centre is the magnificent Lambton Park, which contains a 19th century bandstand, renovated since, and better known to locals as the Rotunda, children's play area, bowling greens, tennis courts, cricket, soccer and rugby league fields, Olympic-size swimming pool, diving pool, children and toddler pools, and beautiful gardens. Lambton Jaffa's soccer team boasts products such as Australian women team captain Cheryl Salisbury and Australian women's basketball player Susie Batkovic-Brown. A song called The Lambton Lights by Newcastle musician Bob Corbett was written about the electrification of the town.